On their walk home from the incident at Creepy Critters earlier that day, the scouts had decided that Noah should check his mailbox as instructed and then report to Ella and Richie first thing in the morning. Now, Noah's parents were asleep, and he was ready to move. 11:54. Noah expected to find something in the mailbox, but he didn't know what. Though he hadn't figured out much, he was certain about one thing. Anything was possible. 11:55. It was time. He sneaked downstairs, put on a jacket, and slipped out into the cold, dark night. The sky was starless. As he headed for the mailbox, he threw his hood up and stuffed his hands into his pockets. "It's cold," he mumbled. His breath rose like steam in front of him. As he walked down the driveway, he checked his watch. It was 11:56. He opened the mailbox but saw nothing inside except a dry leaf. Maybe I'm early. He glanced at his watch, just as 11:57 turned to 11:58. He rocked back and forth to stay warm. The neighborhood was so quiet that he could hear the wind rustling a few dry leaves that still hung on trees. 11:58. Noah waited and waited. 11:58 morphed into 11:59. Then 12 o'clock. Midnight. Nothing happened. The time on his watch changed to 12:01, 12:02, 12:03. Maybe my watch is fast, he mumbled. Maybe. He heard a low sound and peered down the street. He could see nothing but darkness. I'm hearing things, he told himself. He heard the sound again and fell silent. This time he was certain that it was something, but what? He didn't know. It was soft, like feet tapping the pavement in the distance. "Hello?" he said. A form began to take shape in the distance. Something was running toward him. Noah took a step back and bumped into the mailbox. The clink of the metal made him yelp. "Oh, don't panic," he told himself. "You were expecting something like this." But he wasn't sure what he'd expected. He had no idea what was out there. Tank had seemed to be on his side when he spoke to the scouts outside the zoo gates, but how did he know Tank wouldn't double-cross him? Maybe Tank was Charlie Red's best friend. Maybe the two zoo workers wanted to get rid of Noah and keep the Megan situation a secret. The tapping grew louder, and Noah started to make out the form down the road. Whatever the creature was, it was running on 4 legs. Noah didn't know what to do. He'd never been so confused in his life. "It must be a dog," he said hopefully. But he knew better. The thing running toward him was no dog. It was something that had escaped from the zoo. It was something that was following Tank's orders to meet Noah at this hour, at this specific spot. It was something that could be friend or enemy, just like Tank. Noah's stomach leaped up into his chest. Maybe this was how they'd kidnapped his sister. Maybe they'd tricked her. "Oh, Noah," he told himself, "run back to the house now." But he couldn't run, and he wouldn't hide, not with so many unanswered questions, not with Megan still missing. He felt sick. He felt betrayed. At that moment,